welcome back to another episode of A Lady's Garden. And I want to say welcome to a couple new subscribers I got. I'm so excited about that. So welcome. I hope you enjoy my videos and I hope you're inspired, and I look forward to just communicating with everyone with questions I have regarding some new ideas I have for the garden. So please feel free to leave your comments and your questions below, and I'll make sure to try to answer them as soon as possible. But here we go. So as you can see, I have tulips that are coming up quite nicely. It was like a mixed blend that I got and I planted here, so I'm really excited about that. The oregano, I always forget the name of this one, Italian oregano, that's coming back nicely. Like I said, we had a mild winter, so I think that was the reason that it didn't completely, die back, I guess. And I didn't pull it out, and I'm really pleased. I like that it's coming out. It's spreading. It's spreading quite a lot. So I'll have to keep an eye on her, make sure she doesn't get too out of control. And these are the boxwoods. They're all putting on new growth. I am so excited about that. We get closer. Yeah, really nice and healthy. I am so thankful for that very much, because I remember when I put them in, I was so excited to have this hedge around the little sitting area, and then they started to suffer a little bit, but I'm really, really, really thankful that they came back, and they're coming back nice and strongly. So let's go over here to the bench sitting area, which really isn't, it's more decorative, but nonetheless. So here are the daffodils that I planted, and guys, let me tell you, I planted these not really thinking that they would come up because it was so late. Like, I think I did it in January, and the bulbs were kind of crusty and dry. And I said, oh no. I said, well, I don't want to waste it. I might as well just put it in the ground. And I had a couple of the tulips left, so I just kind of sprinkled them in there, but they look nice. And they're coming up. And now you'll see that I have stone underneath the bench. And this was actually the stone that I originally got last year. It was actually one piece. This all came from one piece. And at first I didn't like it because I thought it should have been a bit more, it should have just been a bit more, like more coverage, I suppose. And then I started to go back and I started to think about it, and I said, well, I mean, I priced a couple of flagstone pieces out, and they're big. They're big pieces, and I really don't have much of an area to cover. So I pulled these pieces back out because I don't throw away things. I didn't want to throw it away. So I pulled these pieces back out and I tried to arrange them a little bit. And I mean, it works. It covers it, the four corners. And then I kind of sprinkled the other pieces in there. And I plan to plant some kind of ground cover in between. For the front of the bed, I left a couple of spaces so I can put some type of shade perennial. I'd actually like to see grass-like perennials here. So after the daffodils and the tulips, go away until next year, I still have this kind of grass-like texture because I think it really looks pretty. But let me know what you guys think of the stone underneath the bench. I don't want to just leave it without anything supporting the legs, because if I do, or anyone does, want to take a little break here, you're probably going to sink into the dirt. And I mean, maybe not all the way, but the dirt around here, it's pretty movable, if you want to say that. If we go back here, I don't know if you guys can see that little pokes of the hostas coming up. So that's exciting. And there's the other one there. So I'm really thankful those are coming up. And there's the other one over there, and the dirty fence because we had a lot of rain last night. And we're going to start to get mulch soon, but I actually don't mulch until probably after May, just because of the pollen that falls from the oak trees. And then we have more Hosta's coming up, waking up from their winter slumber, which is pretty exciting. Okay, so let's take a look at another idea that I have. So I did mention this in one of my last videos. The idea is to actually expand or add on to this circle garden area. And what I mean by that is, do I want to have 2 cutouts of garden bed on either side? First I was thinking maybe 2 boxes, 2 by 2 boxes on either side of the circle. So it would be, you stand in the middle, there would be a space in between, and right from one end there would be a box or a garden bed, a raised garden bed. And then on the other end there'd be another raised garden bed. Maybe I can freeze the picture and then kind of draw it out and put it up on the screen if I can. And then I thought about maybe, and you know, we're just thinking here, maybe a triangle shape on either side in a raised bed. But then once you come here and you're standing here, you're going to see the raised bed and you're not going to see the boxwoods. And the purpose is to, you know, have that formality of the boxwoods circling the garden. But I mean, I do have a little space here to work with, but it's not that much space. Or do I just leave everything alone and focus on just planting inside of the circle with the cut flowers? The purpose of the extra garden beds is like to have extra space for cut flowers, to have extra space for if I wanted to do roses, like a rose garden, cutting rose garden on either side. But I'm still up in the air over it. You go here, and there's the next space on this side. So, I mean, you see, I do have a little bit of space to work with, but I guess I'm still toying with the shape of the extra beds, if I even do put the extra beds. I won't have, if I do something on either side, I definitely won't have space for a lawnmower to go through. So that's where I'd probably just either put flagstone and let, you know, the natural grass or what ground cover grow between them. So when you come this far, so you'll be standing in the middle, it'll be flagstone that you're standing on, but either side you'd have a small garden bed filled with flowers. And then when you look down from this angle, same thing, you'll have a flower bed on each side of the circle with flagstone in the middle, and maybe flagstone around the edges of the edging that I have, which is it's just rubber edging. They come in a big spool, so to speak. And it's not difficult for me. It's a little, it's a little labor intensive, definitely, but you know, I got it in there. I don't know what materials do I want to use. Do I want to use stone to kind of mimic the stone I have, the edging I have around the fence garden? Do I want to use the rubber edging again? I probably wouldn't use that. That edging seems to be best used, in my opinion, for curves and for, you know, if you want to make kind of more of a swirly pattern or swirl, or, you know, kind of a curvy pattern, so to speak. Definitely not for hard corners. So it might be best to use wood or just the individual stones or bricks. I'm not sure, but definitely let me know what you guys think for this space. You know, do I go ahead and try to see how much extra garden bed I can get out of either side of the circle? I mean, without it, it does look pretty. It does look pretty as well. But anyway, that's all that's going on in the garden right now. I'm still waiting to see when I can get my hands on 3 Limelight Little Lime hydrangeas, and we're just enjoying seeing everything leaf out. So I hope everyone has a beautiful day, and thank you for watching, and happy gardening, fellow gardeners.